Military operations put a real strain on the environment. Troops require food, fuel, water and shelter in large amounts, all of which is expensive and potentially destructive to the environment. Now military commanders are starting to see the benefits, both for themselves and the local community, of properly managing the environment. As our changing environment affects security issues, it's important that a security organisation such as NATO encourages the nations that provide troops and equipment to comply with modern environmental management.
Militaries are the largest vehicle owners in any country. Improving efficiency would have clear benefits, saving big money on fuel, reducing national carbon emissions, and improving the range and effectiveness of our forces in the field.
Of course, it's a difficult task to balance military priorities against protecting the environment. But here in Camp Butmir, near Sarajevo, NATO and EU forces have proven that these goals can go hand in hand.
This is one of the 12 pits we have all around the camp. We use those pits to control the water quality. They are 50 meters deep. We check the level of the water and the quality itself. We do measurement every 2 years, so we did one at the beginning of the mission and one at the end of the mission to make sure that our impact is minimized and mitigated. And we'll use this survey at the end to hand over this area to the Bosnian authorities to making sure that the environment is not affected by our presence.
Other measures, such as safely disposing of toxic materials, preventing oil leaks, and ensuring that the wastewater system is able to cope with the population, all add to the proper environmental management of such a facility. The camp also looks to buy as many of its supplies from local sources as possible.
See, the carbon footprint of the product is lower because when you buy anything, you also buy the footprint of it, the carbon emission of that. If you buy a can of anything, it comes from abroad. It's not only the cost of producing it, but it's also the cost of delivering. So it's a big impact worldwide, globally, of that. So if anything you buy, from food, from equipment, you buy locally, you save money, you reduce the chain, the logistic chain, and it's a win-win situation.
Further towards the centre of Sarajevo, there's a perfect example of getting the environmental management right. This site in Ilica was handed over to NATO forces at the end of hostilities in Bosnia and Herzegovina. At that time it was in a fairly poor state after being heavily polluted as a base during the war. From 1997, the NATO-led I-4 multinational force used these buildings as their headquarters and over 3 years set about cleaning up the area. Now it's been handed back to the local authorities, returning to its former role as a park where families could enjoy themselves on a sunny afternoon.
Actually, it was one big ruin, basically, right after the war. And then I-4 came, made a military base, and it was like ordinary military base. And after they pulled out, now it looks really, really nice. It looks even better than it looked before the war.
The reason environmental security matters is that it's about winning the respect of the local population.
It would be strange that when troops are going to a country to restore peace, at the same time they would be polluting that country by their operation and by the compounds that they are occupying in that country.
Whenever a military base such as this is established in an operational area, whether it be Kosovo, Bosnia or Afghanistan, everybody realizes that it's not forever. Once we've created a platform of security, we hand over to the civilian authorities and we leave. We are guests in the country, and ultimately we will be judged not just on how well we do our military mission, but on how responsibly we manage our presence. That's why it's important that environmental concerns are at the heart of how we manage our presence in this country.
As bases across Bosnia and Herzegovina have been handed back to the civil authorities, these policies have shown their worth, offering an example for international operations across the globe. This is David Heathfield for NATO Channel in Sarajevo.